The clusterfuck of streaming culture. Now, streaming is in a very odd place currently at the moment. You know, the streamers are just doing too much in order to get views and clicks. Is everything oversaturated at the moment? A little bit, and I think that's why everyone's going so hard to try to get all the eyeballs. I think it's going to slow down at some point. However, it's just the world we're in right now. That's where the saying it's just for content. It's for content. It's just content, bro. That's where that came from. So let's get into the video. Let's see what's going on with the streaming world at the moment. And this video is by Matty Balls. Yeah, so y'all go sub to Matty Balls if you guys, you know, like what Matty Balls has to say. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into the video. Let's see what's going on with streaming at the moment, man.
Unless you've been living under a rock, it's pretty apparent that live streaming is one of the biggest avenues for content in the world.
You know what? You know what I should do? I should come through and save all of streaming by becoming a streamer myself. You know what I'm saying? Drop a like if y'all think I should start streaming. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Every once in a while I drop a stream, but it's super random. It's usually late at night, and you know, I probably need to put a plan together. But yeah, streaming's pretty fun. It's pretty entertaining.
Creators like Speed performing at the World Cup finals to Kaisenat hosting Streamer University with some of the biggest people on the internet, live streaming is a pretty big deal these days. But because of all of the hype around streaming, it's also resulted in an environment where some streamers are willing to do anything for views. From people harassing others in public and filming people without their consent, to committing crimes and even shooting people, streaming culture has become pretty toxic. So today, I wanted to look into the dark side of live streaming. If you've been on the internet throughout the past few years, you've probably noticed the live streaming takeover. However, as fast as the content has grown, it wasn't overnight. Now, I could go super into detail about how streaming got to where it is, but that's all kind of boring, so I'm just gonna brush over it. IRL streaming and stuff like that dates back pretty far, but around then it was only a few guys since the tech wasn't great and vlogs were dominating. And at first, as many of you probably know, gaming was what viewers flocked to. For most viewers, their first experience with live streaming content was probably gaming. And it stayed like that for a while. You know, you had guys like Syndicate, Soda Poppin', and all these other names that flourished during the 2010s. As time progressed, things continued to change and evolve. The just chatting section on Twitch is where people did IRL stuff for a bit, but it was mostly gooner stuff like hot tub streams. However, some just chatters did IRL streams, people like Ice Poseidon. Also around this time, guys like Ninja took the gaming side of things to the next level, hosting Fortnite streams with some of the biggest celebrities in the world and bringing in millions of eyes. I mean, Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster all on one squad was pretty crazy.
Drake, every time you get a kill, the entire chat is just saying God's plan.
And for a long time, this was the most popular niche. But under the surface, IRL streams were bubbling up. It started with guys like Aiden Ross and Kaisenat, who did all sorts of crazy things on their streams, had celebrity guests and things like that. As streaming continued to grow bigger and bigger, it was these content creators that flourished. And while gaming still does perform pretty well, it became clear that that was no longer the number one. Because of all this hype, innovation was inevitable. You had Speed, the FaZe guys, Kai, Neon, and a multitude of others that grew brands that commanded sponsorships worth hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars, which is honestly pretty cool considering where live streaming started. As you guys probably already know, streaming is huge, and alongside podcasting and thanks to TikTok and Instagram Reels, it's one of the biggest content industries there is right now. And I think one thing that really demonstrates how crazy live streaming can get, especially IRL streaming, are subathons. Subathons are a combination of subscription and marathon, where the stream continues if people keep subscribing.
Bro, there's so many different streamers out like right now. Like those people that I just saw on the screen, never seen them in my entire life. But that just goes to show how big the internet is. They had a big ass room that had their group name or whatever in the back, and they're living life fat old chains on. Never seen them a day in my singular life, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that just shows like you can make it in this social media. You know what I mean? Like there's enough eyeballs out there to where you could grab some eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? You just need to find your crowd, find your people, find your I forgot the other word I'm looking for. Fuck. Your tribe. Find your tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Into your account. You know, if enough people don't subscribe, then the stream ends. It was popularized by Ludwig in 2021, who streamed for 31 days straight. So you'd see him on stream, sleeping, playing games, watching movies, working out in his garage, and stuff like that. He was always on camera, except for when he went to the bathroom. But subathons can vary quite a bit, with some going on for days as long as the fans keep subscribing or donating. And in some cases, like with Kaisenat's Mafiathon, for a month straight, uninterrupted, no breaks, no sleep, and mostly no privacy.
Miles, can you tell me what motivates you, or who motivates you? Your mom, Nick. Shout out to Kudos. Thanks for the bits. Those smell amazing.
You sound like a
No, I'm from the suburbs.
The difference between Ludwig, Subathon, and Kai's is the scale. We went from mostly gaming and just chilling a bit to now having tons of celebrities like Kevin Hart and Drewski guest starring, tons of other streamers, and all sorts of crazy things going on. I think the best comparison is like it's a modern day iCarly. That's really what it feels like. And with Kai Cenat raising the bar so high, there have been a ton of other streamers that are attempting to match the viral content that he's putting out, which has created another meta for these IRL streams, and that is called clip farming. Now, to some degree, the entire point of live streaming is authenticity, because you're watching it all live, it's supposed to be real, you know? And it can't be edited, so
It's all clip farming. That's the whole purpose of streaming. Because you're not going to get the eyeballs if you can't clip farm. That's why there's a lot of people, like, they won't even stream, but they'll make streaming content. And then, like, you know, they will stream, but everything that they're doing is already, like, planned type-ish. You know what I mean? And it's just they're trying to clip farm until they get something to start moving so that they could get more views on their stream. So that's the problem. The problem is clip farming, because what it comes down to is you're going to get more viewers when something cool happens on your stream or something interesting or something wild, and people started to realize that, and so they started faking it. Oh, he got the same chair as me or something? Hey, type it, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just bought this new chair because my back was hurting with my old one. I had my old chair for like 5 years. Oh, this is so relaxing. Anyway.
it's going to be raw and straight from the heart. But what happens when nothing that interesting is going on? Well, similar to reality TV, moments are scripted, curated, or forced. You could just be doing something funny, corny, extra, or even dangerous, and usually it's just jokes like FaZe Adapt, who pretends to be dumb for a funny clip on a stream.
I burned a while. I pushed it back this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What month?
I pushed it back to October this year, so like...
That's when your birthday is?
No, it's in June normally, but this year I push it back because everyone keeps calling me old, so I want the gap between us to get a little smaller, so every year I'm just
You can't push back.
So typically it's not that serious, but it definitely can be when you get into higher stakes situations. Thanks to the rise of short form content and the new marketing strategy called clipping, streamers will try to either organically or inorganically capture live moments, usually just a few.
I never understood going live on like Omegle or something, because what if somebody just comes in the screen just meet out, bro? Like, what do you do? Like, don't you get banned? Or can you get banned? Or do they have to like turn off the screen, black out the screen every single time before they go into the next person? Well, what if somebody skips you and then you end up? It just never made no sense to me. The math ain't never mathed with that one. Maybe like on Kick, it's cool because they don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Seconds to a minute that are worthy of being reposted online. Clipping has made streaming significantly larger. And clipping essentially is just when individual streamers or companies working on behalf of streamers hire out contractors who repost different clips from streams on TikTok or other social media. They call it...
It's not always people paying for it though. Like some of it can be organic, but a lot of it isn't. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of streamers and what streamers be doing and stuff like that on the back end, and they do be getting those clippers, and like the clippers, they start off at like 4 bands a month. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get people to get viral clips from your stream. Starts off 4 bands, bruh. Minimum. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So
clip campaigns, and it's the method that blew up Clavicular, a very popular streamer who you may be familiar with. For example, in March of 2026, Clavicular's clips got over 2.2 billion views from 69,550 videos posted by an army of 1,600 clippers. So basically, they hire out a bunch of kids in their mom's basements who sit on Premiere Pro all day and cut up little clips of the stream and upload them to TikTok. And as you can see on this chart, there are tons of streamers utilizing...
let me see. Aiden Ross, Rampage, I don't know who Peller is, Oblivion, Amanda. Why is Ryan Garcia? He's okay. He's trying to stay in there. TJR, that's hilarious. You feel me? Larry Wheels. Oh, right behind here. Look, it's this one right here. It says "I love you, FEEK." Damn, y'all can't see it though. That's tough. Anyway, actually no, it's behind me. Yeah, y'all can't see it though. Type shit. Mine says 100 million. Type shit.
Clipping through Kick, and plenty more that are not listed that are doing it themselves or working with other companies. These videos leverage diminishing attention spans, which practically solves one of the main issues that streamers are facing. So for a lot of people who can't stomach a full multi-hour long stream, there are endless amounts of clippers clipping clips to be viewed on TikTok and apps like it. Also, feel free to check out my video on clipping if you're interested. I go much more in depth about it and cover some crazy stuff. Regardless, nowadays streaming has clips, clip farming, and clippers. But what makes a good clip? Well, of course, it can be funny, it can be entertaining, it can be kind of crazy. However, a lot of modern clips have some element of rage bait. And this is where streaming gets a little more toxic. Rage baiting obviously isn't exclusive to streaming, but it is extensively common within the streaming world. If you don't know what rage baiting means, rage bait refers to content that tries to provoke anger or outrage as a means of gaining attention or making money. It has a wide variety of applications, whether you're messing around rage baiting your friends, you're rage baiting strangers, or some people just do it for the sick, twisted fun of it. In most cases, it can be lighthearted, but when it comes to streaming content, the stakes can rise pretty quickly. And usually what it is people just saying something ridiculous or offensive, or doing something ridiculous or offensive. That way commenters and viewers get upset. They interact with the video, leaving comments like, oh, this is so stupid, this is so ridiculous, this is so crazy, and then the streamer gets more attention, notoriety, engagement, and ultimately money from these clips. As streaming has continued to grow, especially the IRL stuff, some bad actors got in on the hype. I'm talking about the true cornballs, from clip farming to faked or excessive pranks to straight up harassment of the public for views. And again, it was far from everyone doing this annoying stuff, but it's happened enough to create controversy after controversy and an endless amount of headlines, which leaves us where we stand today. Early on in streaming, when gaming was dominating, you could argue the content ecosystem was relatively safe. That's aside from streamers getting swatted here and there, some slurs being dropped, but the issues we have today are extremely different and, in my opinion, worse. The phenomenon of IRL streaming has created a severe escalation, which was often seen in the YouTube prank or challenge videos back in the day, except this time it's with a live audience, which raises the stakes significantly. Like, people already act out enough when cameras are on, but when you toss in the fact that there's a live audience out there, and when it's out there, it can't be changed, that can get pretty serious. On top of this, streaming got significantly more toxic, in my opinion, when Kick entered the picture. The streaming service Kick was created in 2022 as a competitor to Twitch. It's backed by the gambling company Stake and was created to rival Twitch for the unique factor of looser moderation. They've been huge contributors to both clipping and also the rise of many controversial streamers. Like I said, there has also been a degradation of sorts in the type of content that's been going viral. This is because of algorithmic reinforcement, dopamine loop, and
like, who watches Kick though? I feel like that has to be a part of the dead internet theory. Like, there's just a whole bunch of fake people watching Kick. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, do y'all watch Kick? Let me know in the comments if you guys actually have a Kick account and you guys watch Kick. You feel me? And do they donate on Kick? I don't know, bro. Anyway.
The audience effect. With algorithmic reinforcement, social media algorithms are designed to prioritize extreme, shocking, or emotional content. Because of this, the safe or normal posts stop generating engagement. So creators feel a lot of pressure to take bigger risks to stay relevant. With a dopamine loop, the online reward system of likes, shares, and comments triggers dopamine releases in the brain. So when a stunt committed on a live stream no longer causes the same level of reaction, users must escalate the behavior to get the same chemical high. And lastly, with the audience effect, sometimes called the online disinhibition effect, it can cause streamers to behave more recklessly in front of an invisible, validating digital audience than they would in real life. All of this has resulted in a large chunk of streaming culture becoming very toxic or even degenerate, for lack of better words. And I think a lot of this can kind of be shown off or culminated at Streamer University. Streamer University is an event put together by Kai Cenat, the top dog of streaming. Basically, it's a 3-day event where streamers, content creators, influencers, and many more stay at a university that Kai rents out. Some of the people who attend are already famous, and some are up-and-comers. Not all of them are streamers, some of them are just entertainers or musicians or whatever, but the whole point is that they can learn how to stream and also make content in the process. There are classes where they can learn about streaming, but that usually doesn't end up becoming the focal point. Usually the focal point is whatever crazy shit they can do to create the most viral clips. Like this, for example.
Man, what did I do to you? I didn't say a word.
I know you walked away from me.
Fa.
Oh my god, what happened?
You see how he's soaking wet though? She did pour water on his head for no reason. He ain't even know her. He ain't even know her ass, bruh. And she threw water on his head. Hell no. He went and got it back in blood. I'm not gonna lie. That one was justified. You shouldn't have showed this clip. That was a justifiable crash out. He didn't know the girl, and she went and just threw water on his head top.
Hey.
But after this, then he ends up doing streams with her and like shit like that, which is weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
What you talking about? Gangster. Talking about
This clip was crazy, man. He said gangster after throwing a drink on a girl. That's crazy. And then he ran away after. Actually, it was Zaxby sauce. Hot sauce, which is even crazier. Also, because of the rise of streaming and how common it's becoming to clip farm in real life, streamers and content creators are getting a little more comfortable going up to people and doing whatever they want, all for the sake of a clip.
I'm stressed out right now. What's up? What's up? Yo,
whoa! I can't do that.
We don't know each other like that.
Okay, we don't know each other like that.
No, on God, that's not cool.
Okay, my bad.
On God,
Okay,
you bugging.
Okay, sorry,
Like, it's cool for a clip. That's not the clip, gang. That's not the clip. What happened? Not the clip. It's not the clip, gang. Not the clip, gang. Bro, chat. This is what I'm talking about. Be moving like they know you. Like, see, now I don't know you. Now I'm not gonna be friends with you, gang. That's not the clip, bro. We don't know each other like that. It's cool. I'm gonna let it rock. It's Streamer U. They try to get their clips off. That's not the clip, bro. I don't like that.
Of course, a lot of this rage baity stuff ends up being staged, you know, as a form of clip farming. Like this clip where Kai Cenat got into a fight with some random streamer.
Random streamer? That's suburb baby, boy. That suburb baby, you don't know suburb baby. I know more about streaming than him. You know what I'm saying? I'm more tapped in with the motherfucking unemployed dudes. The suburb baby was the star at Streamer University. You know what I'm saying? He a star now. He big time. You feel me? Except, you know, he did at Streamer University, bro was doing like 500K people in his lives. 500K? Nah, I don't think 500K. Like 100K in his lives, which is crazy. But now afterwards, he's doing like, I think like 40, 50, but he said that he was getting botted. He was like, there's no way I have this many people in my shit. I'm getting botted for sure. And like, he just kept saying like, you know, letting people know that he's getting botted and he actually doesn't have that many people. And I don't know if the bots fell off yet. Or maybe he's not getting botted and he just really got that big. And a lot of people watching him are people that don't, you know, usually tap into streams. And now they're just sitting there watching. You know what I'm saying? A new thing that's happening is a lot of people are watching like YouTube videos and streams and stuff like that on TVs. And you can't respond to a chat on a TV, you know what I'm saying? So that's a lot. That's something that's going on recently as well. Yeah, it's like this all like, but like he said, it's like this isn't staged. It's more like improv. That's the whole Streamer University. It's like we're all here to make clips and get big, and we're just gonna improv. You know what I'm saying? And then some people take it too far and they pass people's boundaries when they don't even know those people. And then that's how you end up in bad clip farming situations. And then when people are out in the public, they're you know, playing a role around people that aren't trying to play with them. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how shit end up bad, you know what I mean?
But I don't think Streamer University itself is the problem. As crazy as it is, all the people involved in Streamer University know what they're signing up for. The real problem is that a lot of the people consuming this sort of content who want to become the next big streamer will see all the crazy things going viral and try to recreate it on their own. Sadly, a big part of pushing the line for views has included creators straight up harassing random people on the street. This has been enabled and normalized in part.
My 22-year-old son is crazy behavior. You know what I'm saying? Even though like I watched a fair share of streams. Like I used to not watch streams at all, but I don't watch a fair share at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's just entertaining and you know I'm eating or I'm fucking doing something else or whatever, you know, I'll throw on a stream but it's literally like watching improv though. Like that's literally what it is. Like it's just a group of people that all have the same goal. And they're improving and making jokes and having fun with each other. Like, it doesn't seem like IRL. This isn't real life. You know what I'm saying? Shit is motherfucking LARPing. Yeah. They're just LARPing. This isn't live action. This isn't really fucking real life. They're LARPing. This is live action roleplay for real. No cap. Anyway,
thanks to the rise of metaglass.
Damn, that's crazy. All streamers are just LARPers. They're all LARPing. They're live action role playing. Because if they were just acting themselves, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of clips and shit like that, it wouldn't be happening if they just act how they act without the camera on.
Which is Meta and Ray-Ban's collaborative pair of glasses that can record people, often without their knowledge or consent. According to BBC, wearers, often young
and fucking Kylie Jenner ass is over here trying to push her line of Meta glasses, trying to get more and more people to get into that shit, boy. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't trusting nobody with no Meta glasses. You feel me? You know how many? And then on top of that, Facebook. Wait, was it Meta glasses or just other places? Like, I think it's actually Meta glasses. So somewhere inside of their terms and services, they're allowed to take your information in order to train AI. Whenever you say like, hey Meta, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I think you have to say that word or have to like go into asking it some type of question. I don't think they're just watching you 24/7. A lot of like robot fucking like shit that goes around and cleans your home, those I think are like 24/7 type shit. But however, like they've been seeing a lot of people, or Meta was using a company in Africa, I think it was Africa, I'm not gonna lie, and they were using them to train the AI, and the people would watch when the people asked questions like that, and they would actually like highlight what the thing is and, you know, tell the AI what it is so that next time they know what it is. However, that just means that there's people seeing your information that you never thought would see your information. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that worked there were saying that they were seeing like naked people or people on the toilet or people like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were seeing like things that they weren't supposed to be seeing. You feel me? And that's a crazy invasion of privacy. Like you got somebody on the other side of the planet that's watching you say, hey, what is this? You looking at your booty hole. You know what I'm saying? Not a nigga on the other side in Africa gotta say circle, highlight. This is a booty hole. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I don't trust the meta glasses. I'm not gonna lie. They're a cool concept. They're a cool concept, but I don't trust them, and I don't trust people with them on because they be turning off the lights and shit. You feel me? You can't even really say nothing for real around a motherfucker with meta glasses on. You feel me? You say one crazy thing, they got your ass. They got your ass. You're canceled.
Men get people to sign fake petitions or retail workers to smell candles sprayed with bad odors. Sometimes they steal food as it's being handed over at a drive-thru and record their sprint. What's arguably worse, though, is women leaving the beach, going into a shop, or simply standing outside are now being approached by men usually wearing Meta's Ray-Bans, often in order to film the women's responses to casual questions or pickup lines without their knowledge or consent. The women only find out about the videos of them after they gain traction and often abuse online. But what do...
My sister was just out and what?
Often abuse online.
Sis was just out and told me some guy was recording her with meta glasses and being really weird, so this is a common occurrence.
But what do Meta Ray-Bans have to do with streaming? Well, I think Meta glasses, short-form content, and the rise of live streaming culture, all in tandem, have made our culture in general way more comfortable filming strangers in public. There's just so many more people out there that I think don't see a problem with running up to someone with a camera or your Meta glasses or streaming, whatever. And usually it's not just filming them, because whether it be...
This is why people don't dance anymore. This is why people don't go out no more. Why people don't do anything anymore. Because, like, you can be recorded. You know what I'm saying? Like, people used to go to the club and hit one of these. You know what I'm saying? Go to the bar and you don't, like, at the end of the day, yeah, you might look goofy or whatever it is, but you're not going to end up on Instagram Reels, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going to be straight. But now it's like you can record yourself, see yourself, and then fucking now you're cringed because you look goofy as fuck, and then now you're over analyzing yourself, and now you can't even have fun no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine a world where there were no cameras. You know what I'm saying? Maybe cameras, but there was no video recording. Like, you'd be living life. You'd just be living life. You know what I'm saying? And now it's kind of like you always have to be, like, overly aware of everything. Like, there's a camera everywhere. Like, I could walk out of my apartment and there's going to be a camera in the corner. Walk down the shit, there's another camera in the corner. Like, you're always being watched. Like, it's so bad. Like, you can be walking and no one is around you and you can scratch your ass and then kind of be like, damn, did a camera just catch me scratching my ass? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even trip. Like, you trip and then you overanalyze the fact that you tripped, and then now you mad at yourself because you tripped when it could just be you go on about your life. You're like, damn, somebody probably saw me trip, bro. And even if somebody didn't see me, a camera probably saw me, and there's someone watching the camera right now looking at me, calling me a goofy ass nigga, bro. That's not happening. But that's the reason why we're living the way we are, honestly.
Live or recorded, content creators are significantly more comfortable harassing people in public and filming it without their consent. I first realized this was a real problem when I was visiting a buddy in Vancouver, and a guy came up to us and asked his girlfriend if he could curl her. You know, like a bicep curl, like that. Obviously, that's a weird question to ask someone, and I saw that he was like
Yeah, it is a very weird question to ask someone, and if someone asks you that question, you should know that you're being recorded. However, there's motherfuckers saying yes. If y'all go to my Instagram, I have a video down there. You gotta scroll a little bit. It got like, I think it got like 500,000 views or something like that. But it a guy walks up to a girl. Mind you, she looked like she probably weighed a little bit of weight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was sort of like, I couldn't do it. You feel me? And then she's standing there. He's like, oh, can I curl you? A big black guy, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, you want to curl me? And he's like, yeah. And then she's on the phone, and she was like, are you okay with him curling me? No. She on the phone with her boyfriend. No. She on the phone with her boyfriend about to get curled by another nigga, knowing damn well her boyfriend can't curl her. That's how you end a relationship. That's how your relationship ends. And then the friend took the phone and is showing her get curled like this. Tossing her shit, bro. Tossing her shit. And then now you gotta leave your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You can't fall for shit like that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of men are getting tricked into allowing things to slide that you shouldn't let slide, brother. You know what I'm saying? And we're getting tricked in the brain to think that shit's okay. That shit's not okay. You know what I'm saying? I digress. He should have told her, fuck no. You feel me? Tell that big black man to walk away. Tell that big black man to skedaddle. You know what I'm saying? But then she would have hung up on that nigga and got curled anyway. That's
trying to record it with his phone. He could have been live streaming. I don't know. I told him he couldn't, but he could curl me if he wanted to because I'm a bigger guy, and I think that scared him away because he was a little guy. But regardless, that was just weird and annoying. And it's unfortunate that I
big guy, little guy. Yeah. I'm only 5'9", though. No. I don't like hearing little guy. I'm capping.
You have to be on camera without my consent. You know, this guy just walked up to me and started trying to make a clip about it. You know, it's crazy. And since my friend lives in a bigger city, he's encountered streamers out in public multiple times. So clearly this is becoming a common occurrence. Not only is this sort of thing more common than it was before, or more obnoxious than ever before, but it's also getting dangerous. A perfect example of this is the live streamer Chud the Builder, a streamer known for his controversial
goofy ass mustache, bro. What the hell is this, bro? This is the Booty Eater 3000, bro. What is this? This is disgusting. Like, this is nasty. Like, look at the length of this right here. And it's a boom triangle over smaller upside down triangle. And that's why he got exposed by his a black woman, and he hates all black people, all type. That's why he got exposed by a black woman for getting pegged when he was younger. She was pegging his shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he was getting no bitches, and I guess the only way he could get bitches is if he getting pegged, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then like after that, find out he was dating a transgender woman, and like he was cheating on his girlfriend with a transgender woman, talking about, I want to be with a real feminine. I'd rather be with a real feminine transgender than a woman that acts all manly. Bro, just admit that you like that shit, bro. You want a chick with a dick, bro. Let's be honest with ourselves. Just say that, bro. Just be you, man. Just be you, man.
Streams.
But that's why he's so angry. He goes around starting problems with people because he has a lot of anger on the inside. That people that run around always mad, always angry, shit like that. Always cortisol, always high. Bro, a lot of times they have a lot of anger inside of them and you don't know the reason of it. You know, it could be homosexual rage. You feel me? Or it could be other things that are happening inside of them. But they're angry for a reason. You gotta feel bad for them. Not too bad for them, because if you're gonna make my life hard, nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, fuck you 2 times. Anyway.
Chud persona is characterized by frequent use of racial slurs and harassment directed at black people. Obviously, this content has garnered a ton of backlash, but due to how well rage bait works in the algorithm and how popular this sort of content can be, it's also gotten him an insane amount of attention, fueled by a weird army of racist keyboard warriors who go to bat for their Chud king. And Chud has faced public condemnation, platform.
It's crazy, but no one, I feel like Chud, like all his clips will go crazy and shit, but nobody's watching him. No one cares to watch him. You feel me? Like, his streams weren't actually doing well, I'm pretty sure. But he just had to do crazier and crazier shit so that he can get his clips to go. But his streams didn't do well. Yeah.
Suspensions, and even legal controversies. However, none of that comes close to what happened most recently. About halfway into 2026, Chud received national media attention following a shooting outside of a courthouse. Over time, it became a recurring theme for Chud to yell some racist stuff and then flash his gun, which might be the definition of play stupid games to win stupid prizes. Chud himself even stated that he believed eventually one of these encounters would end with the death of a black person.
You don't like looking ugly? Shut up. Come on, come do something. Come do something. Hold up. Yeah, walk up. Let's walk up. They chipping out.
You have a gun in his pocket. I mean, I'm being so serious. When you run up on this man and you're mad about the racist stuff he says to you, if you know,
control yourself like a human.
That wouldn't even be anything that moves.
The first big incident came in early May when.
See, he got one hand on the cam. He's inciting violence out of people. And on top of all of that, you start getting annoyed with what he's doing, and then he flashes a gun on you. Is that not like a threat? I feel like that's like a threat. If he flash a gun on you, you should be able to shoot him, right? Because you shouldn't show a gun unless you're ready to use it. I guess you shouldn't like take out a gun if you're not ready to use it. I don't know. I don't know. He was really playing with fire. You know what I'm saying? He was ready to shoot a nigga. He was ready to kill a nigga, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe he has issues. He has issues. He wants to kill somebody. Issue number 1, and then he has homosexual rage. He wants to get pegged. He wants to get done in the booty crack.
Someone knocked his hat off, so he began pepper spraying them while calling them racial slurs. This went viral and added even more fuel to the fire. And while his haters grew, due to all the attention, his supporters did as well, pushing him to do crazier and crazier things. On the afternoon of May 13th, Chud was scheduled to appear in court over an alleged $3,000 debt owed to a credit card company. Outside the courthouse, he became involved in an altercation with a black man. And during the confrontation, Chud drew a handgun from his jacket pocket and fired multiple shots at the guy. Reports also state that Chud
He shot himself, his stupid ass.
had accidentally shot himself in the arm during the incident as well, which is pretty funny. That's kind of deserved, I think. So police arrested him and charged him with attempted murder, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. His bail was set at $1.25 million, and an expected controversy ensued. The internet did what it does, and Chud started a fundraiser, and a bunch of his racist fans gave him a bunch of money. And on top of this, he created a meme coin, which skyrocketed in value. And honestly, this Chud the Builder guy just seems like the worst possible culmination of internet degeneracy, but in real life, on a live stream. Immediately following the viral moment, this became a heavily politicized thing, and I'm not going to focus too much into the specifics of Chud's case, since that's not the objective of the video. The point of bringing him up, though, is to demonstrate the broader growth of online racism, rage bait content, engagement farming, and how all of this can come together in IRL streaming and become actually dangerous. And this is far from the only instance. Just recently in Denver, a similar situation went down, which resulted in the creator and the random guy being shot.
Blood I'm bro. Blood I'm gonna do jail.
And if you think videos like these...
I never understood this one. Like, how far do you really think you could take it before he shoots your ass? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times he got to tell you to back up before he shoots your ass? Because he has full right to shoot you. Especially, he's backing up, telling you to stop, has his gun drawn, and you keep coming towards him, trying to get within arm's reach of him. That's an open, shut case right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? This one never, like... It never made sense to me. Like, you trying to act super duper hard, trying to push a nigga card until a nigga shoots your ass. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, though. Type shit.
Will help deter people from doing stupid things. Think again, because you're being way too rational. I mean, there was a super viral incident a few years ago where a YouTuber was harassing a delivery driver, and the guy just shot him.
Is a guy named Alan Coley, and he's holding a bag of food he just picked up at the food court at the Dulles Town Center in Virginia. At one point, the 31-year-old Coley shoves the phone out of his face. But the prankster, 21-year-old Tanner Cook, is unrelenting.
What's he doing?
But the prankster never expected this reaction.
He's pranking him?
A bullet fired into his stomach and liver.
The YouTube guy lived, and honestly, I'm kind of happy that the guy who shot him got acquitted, because this is what streaming culture, prank culture, Ray-Ban meta glasses, and the rise of short-form content has led to. Just obnoxious harassment of people in public.
Damn, he walking around goofy now. Walking around goofy. You can't be pressing people like that, bro. Because you may think it's a joke. You're recording this, that, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you can't play with people like that. Because they not playing with you. That comes down to the thing, like everything is, you know, them playing an act, playing whatever. And some people aren't with that. And, like, it's cool to do that with people that you know, where you guys can, like, bounce off each other and whatever and da-da-da-da-da. But with random people, that's not the play, bro. It's not.
There are tons of small streamers out there who are just harassing people for the hopes of a viral clip.
In one of the videos, he's recording a woman while making comments about her private parts.
No, it's just ridiculous. It makes me angry. It makes me my blood boil.
We spoke with a man who's been raising awareness on his social media page, South Bay Responders, which focuses on incidents in the community.
10 posts within 24 hours. Just following girls, taking
Why y'all covering his face?
He's received multiple messages about this guy.
And it's not just small streamers.
Why
Even big
his
streamers
face?
like Jack Doherty or Clavicular have had legal issues stemming from their streams. with Jack blocking traffic and resisting arrest on stream, to Clavicular shooting an alligator on stream for some reason, or the whole Johnny Somali situation where he got sentenced to jail in South Korea for kissing a statue that honored women who were forced into sexual slavery by Japan during the war. I think you guys are probably getting the point by now, but streamers at this point just seem to be doing the craziest things possible, hoping for the most viral clips, all with the objective of becoming the biggest streamer. I think a good example of this is Neon. Neon started out as one of those rage bait, like super degenerate streamers. He also associated himself heavily with Aiden Ross, who was very controversial at the time. And once he got pretty popular, it seemed like he kind of toned down the craziness and tried to be like a regular streamer, and he would collaborate with people, be more nice to people, you know, just try to be more of a regular guy, which kind of shows me that the method or the meta of doing like crazy stuff for views, getting all the engagement, and then just pivoting to like a more chill role is actually plausible. Other content creators like CDogVA have acknowledged and condemned this behavior, saying things like, IRL is an amazing genre, you show the world through a camera, but what a lot of it has turned into is people going around in public with massive entourages, pointing cameras in someone's face, and having 30,000 people make fun of them. I don't know if this was directed at someone, if this guy has beef with someone, but the general point still stands. You have to consider that with events as big as Kaizenat Streamer University, and even just streamers as a whole practically reaching the levels of movie stars and musicians like Speed performing at the World Cup final, the motivation for views is only getting stronger. Obviously, Kai, Speed, and any other big streamers aren't directly responsible, but it's the up-and-comers that have much less to lose that are tainting the monolith of streaming. The higher the ceiling of stardom and fame, the more wannabes are willing to do and sacrifice just for a slice of it, which ironically is the same old issue that fame has always had. This time though, it's different. It's through highly efficient social media algorithms that encourage people to act out in public in front of a live camera. This also makes it so just about anyone can do something crazy in hopes of becoming the next big thing. The main way that these people have gotten so popular is thanks to clipping, and it's actually surprising how big of an industry it is and how dangerous and deceptive that industry can actually be. So if you
the dead internet theory, y'all go check out that video. I might watch that video. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I like this video if y'all want me to watch that video and you want to watch the video with me, which is possible. You know what I'm saying? Or go watch the video. Do y'all thing. You feel me? But nah, this is a great video. Shout out to Matty Balls. Shout out to Matty Balls. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like streaming is in a very odd place. At some point, people are not going to enjoy the craziness anymore. But even before streaming, like, this was all still a thing. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember Boot Gang used to run around, get haircuts, steal the haircuts, run off, jump, pour milk on himself inside of stores, and you know what I'm saying? Like, jump on cars. Remember to put them in a coffin? You just jump on random shit and just land on random shit. Like, this shit's been around forever. And it's been around as long as like videos have been around. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you guys let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.